Hi, I didn't see you there. I was just playing my modded 3DS. Let me tell you all about it. Some of the things I really like about modding my 3DS in order from coolest to least cool is number 1, you can download all of the eShop games and most of the DSiWare games, excluding a few all-time classics such as Uno and Real Soccer 2010, which is just terrible, as I don't know how I could possibly live without Real Soccer 2010. By the way, only 1% of you are subscribed, so if you were to just check the subscribe button, it would really help. Number 2, you can get games for free, but you definitely shouldn't pirate games. Except eShop games, you should definitely pirate those, because, you know what I say? If you can't buy it, steal it. Number 3, the Virtual Console, which includes the highlights from the Game Boy, the Game Boy Color, the NES, the Game Boy Advance, the Sega Game Gear, and the Super Nintendo. Number 4, emulators are pretty cool. You can play almost all the games released before Big Hero 6 on the DS. I have Twilight Menu, which tricks your 3DS into thinking it's a DSi, so you can play your DS games off of the console instead of playing on these pesky cartridges. Let me show you Twilight Menu. Basically, it just has to boot up. It just resets the console and makes it think it's a DSi, I think. Or at least that's as far as I know how it works. And then it just does this thing. I don't know what it means, but it does it. And then it goes to the DSi menu. And here, first time it boots into what looks like the DSi menu. Then it just shows all your folders and a photo of Twilight Menu. And I have a folder for DS. There it is, my DS game folder. And look, you just click into the game and it runs. I think it takes much longer to boot into the game than on a real console. After it boots, I'll show you how long it takes on an original console. So, yep, here it is. It's just New Super Mario Bros. This is how quickly you would get into it on an original DS model. I don't have a DSi, so I'll just show it like this. You can see it's much visibly quicker. Let me show you the rest of the thing. I think once you're in a game, you have to exit Twilight Menu to go into a new game, which takes ages. Unlike on the original DS where you just turn it off and switch the cartridge out. But this is if you don't have an original DS. And I would have given an example on the DSi originally, I just don't have one. I don't know. The DSi shop is closed, so regular DS is better. It plays Game Boy Advance games in that sense. But let me just get into it, and I can show you another cool feature, which I just tested earlier, is I found that it does let you play your Game Boy Advance games, and I think it plays it a little bit better than on the, this is much harder with one hand. Fucking hell. I think it plays it much better than on the actual emulator, MGBE. So look here, I'll do Pokemon Fire Red, which is what I play on the MGBA emulator anyways. I don't think it transfers your save files between the emulator and this, because I never had this when I was using the emulator. But yeah, it just boots right into the game. It looks perfectly good. Got that jamming music. Now, let me show you MGBA. Here is MGBA. MGBA is a regular old Game Boy Advance emulator with a forced save state feature, which to me is a downside because I like the fun screens at the front. Here is Pokemon Fire Red, which is what I have on the other one too. And rather than going onto the cool splash screen, it just forces you straight up to where you were playing last, which I think is really annoying. Next, I'll show you Red Dragon. Red Dragon sucks ass. None of the games work. Let me show them to you. The first thing that happened, I wanted to play Terror Boxer so badly because I'm not buying a Virtual Boy. It's £600 and there's like 9 games and they're all super expensive. But this is one of the games I really wanted to play. And this game, like, none of the games work. The 3 games I wanted to play, Wario Land Virtual Boy, Telero Boxer, and, what's it called? 3D Tetris. None of them work. Look, this game, it gets to this, like, that tests the depth, but the 3D slider is down so you can actually see the screen. It gets to this menu, which makes me think it'll work, and then it just crashes. Oh, I think it might work this time. Oh god. Oh, yep, no, it does that then. It's gonna try and say Telero Boxer. Yep, then it crashes. So then, let's try Wario Land, which I think was even worse. So look, it gets in here, it shows all the, stuff it would normally, but then I think it gets to the automatic pause thing, and then it just freezes and doesn't loads. Or I think it might even happen already. Look. I'm gonna wait like 20 seconds and it just won't even load. Yeah, didn't even load. Piece of crap. Then the other game I wanted to try was 3D Tetris. And that game also crashes. Let's just see if it'll work this time, though. I think it's not even going to boot up. I mean, this is just total bullcrap. It doesn't even work. So, if you get a 3DS, I wouldn't recommend this emulator. And don't say it's because my 3DS can't handle it. I'm literally running the most powerful 3DS, you can tell because of the nub. I have a new Nintendo 3DS. MGBA doesn't even work on the basic model, which I can't show you because, my regular 3DS XL, old 3DS XL, I'm letting a friend borrow it because he's going on holiday to Africa, and he needs it on the plane. Don't ask where in Africa, he didn't specify. He just said Africa, the tiny place of Africa. So, yeah. Number 5, no region locking, which is a really good feature in my opinion. I haven't used it yet, but I definitely plan to. So, because I don't have any import games yet, so I can't test it yet. But when I get an import DS or 3DS game, I'm definitely going to show it to you in a short. There are also custom themes, but I don't give a shit about that, because, I don't spend much time in the menu, I play games. If you want to mod your 3DS, you need to use 3DS Hex Guide, which I will link down in the description. I wouldn't recommend using any video tutorials because methods change all the time. And don't forget to subscribe, because if you don't, all of your SD cards will corrupt.